Good morning and welcome to Community Coffee with CosmoQuest for today, November 23rd in the year that shall not be named. I am your host, Gillian Rhodes, and it is Monday, which means it is time for astronomy, art, and all of the wonderful magical ways that they intersect and cross over and fuse and collide and all these wonderful words. So first things first is before I came on the air, Svarte Maya, however you say it, subscribed at tier 1 for the 11th month, and that is amazing. So I will give you a happy dance to thank you so much. That is how the show goes on, is from you guys. And your generous support. So the plan for today was that I was going to create something live. The SETI Institute Art Imaginarium Facebook group has been doing monthly challenges. And I think the last challenge that I did was June, potentially. Though I did do a collaboration for August or September, one of the two, I can't remember which, with actually one of my guests for this show, Milivoy Segan, and that was on First Contact. And it's on my YouTube channel if anybody's interested. It was basically a collaboration where I was, I don't know if you would call it dancing because I was in my closet, but I was moving. And I had projected the images from Milivoy into the closet and on me, coincidentally. And it was kind of this crazy collaboration on, basically the concept was that, I was being this new character, this new creature that humanity had just discovered. This is like their first contact with me, the new creature. But anyway, other than that, like I have not had I have just not been able to do the challenges. And so I was thinking that I was going to create something live for the October challenge, which was constellations, because it's something that I've been wanting to do, actually, to pick a constellation and research about it, kind of build it into a piece and, kind of layer in some of the ideas and the symbologies. But the truth is, I just don't have the creative wherewithal to do anything today of the sort. So I nixed that idea quickly and just decided to do one of my rabbit hole shows where I just kind of pick a topic and just kind of explore about it. And maybe along the way I find somebody to invite for a guest in future shows. The most recent show I did, a rabbit hole show, was I ended up rabbit holing about this artist, Anna von Mertens, and she was on my show last week. We had a great conversation, so that was really exciting. Good morning, everybody. I guess there's morning people coming in. I don't know where you are. Where I am, it is almost bedtime, which is a different definition for me. Basically, it's 8:30 p.m. where I live. And I say that it's almost bedtime because I'm getting up at 6 tomorrow morning to go to school, which is my life these days. Yay. So I am going to just kind of dive into this thing that I thought would be interesting to rabbit hole about, which is the dance your dissertation phenomena. I can't remember who told me about this first. I think it might have actually been Dr. Pamela. But somebody told me about this, and I've heard about it once. There was one guest that I had, Dean Denton, who had said something about it, but I think she hadn't applied for whatever reason. But it's definitely something that sounds like it's right up my alley, in case you guys don't know, I am a professional dancer and choreographer. So I thought I could look around and see what it's all about, and maybe glance at a few of the winners and see if and give my thoughts as a choreographer, as a dancer. Though I have to say that in the 5 minutes before we went live, I was glancing at some of the links, and I don't know that I have the spoons for this either, but we'll try. We'll go through it together. So we're to start. It's apparently a big enough of a thing that it has its own Wikipedia page. Dancer PhD, so it's not your dissertation, it's your PhD, but there you go. Dancer PhD is an annual contest which challenges scientists to interpret their PhD as dance. Which just sounds like it would be really difficult and interesting. It says that they actually, it's not just, they don't just choose one. So they've divided it into 4 categories: biology, physics, chemistry, and social science. And the 4 winners receive prizes of 500, or for the best of the 4, $1,000 US. That's, I mean, it doesn't do anything towards your tuition, I guess, but hey, you know, that's kind of a nice chunk of money. So let's see, I found kind of the official website. I guess that it is, here, wait, I closed the general information page. And I need to open it again. Basically, it's sponsored by the Science magazine. Hang on a minute. Yes, it's run by AAAS and Science, and now sponsored by the artificial intelligence company Primer. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know what AAAS is. What is AAAS? Hang on a minute. American Association for the Advancement of Science. Okay. American Association for the Advancement of Science. All right. Okay, so Science magazine and AAAS sponsor this, which is great. This what is saying they've upped the prizes, or they've changed it so the Wikipedia page is not correct. This is false. This is why you do not use Wikipedia. Somebody asked me, one of my students asked me this today, that because they have assessments tomorrow, and she was like, "Can I use Wikipedia as a reference?" And I was like, well, make sure you have plenty others. Cross-reference. Anyway, the overall winner receives an extra 2,000 and a spot on Dancing with the Stars. Okay, we can't actually do that. The second thing. Oh, too bad. Okay, so the rules are you must have a PhD or be working on one as a PhD student. Your PhD must be in a science-related field. You must be part of the dance. That's quite important. So you can't just hire a dancer and like put it in. And of course, because of COVID, you know, you have to have your masks and blah, blah, blah. Judging will favor solo dances or dance in which participants are clearly separated at all times. Safety before salsa. So these people definitely have a good content writer. Kerfel was just saying, what you do is look at the references, the Wikipedia article sites, and go read those. Yes, that's smart. That's smart. So the official rules, we just saw these. This page is a bunch of gobbledygook about eligibility and privacy, so we're not going to read that. I'm going to come back to this. So frequently asked questions. I think these are quite interesting. Are you serious? I will have to watch this TED Talk / dance, but not right now. I will watch it at some point. I don't know how to dance. And the answer to this, I just think I respond to on a deep soul level, which is nonsense. Everyone knows how to dance. And that's very true. I'm shy. Do I need to be in the video? I'm not a scientist anymore. all this other kind of stuff. So I think this particular question is very important, which is how do I win? It's basically saying that a panel of judges will score each PhD dance with 3 parameters: scientific merit, artistic merit, and creative combination of the science and art. So it's not just that you kind of get up and, you know, mess around, but that you are creating a properly interesting, creative piece, artistic piece. So that's something that I'm going to keep in mind when I'm watching the videos. Let's see what the tricks are. I was reading this. So how to make a good PhD dance. I don't actually even have a master's, so it's going to be a long time before I think I would be. It's a long time before I think I would be anywhere near doing this, but I don't think I would be doing a PhD in a science-related field. But hey, never say never. You never know what happens. So start with a clever idea. Everything starts with a clever idea. Become the dance. Yes. So this is definitely something that I would think of when scientists would have trouble basically putting themselves, and these people are, it sounds like they're quite serious, like they're actually quite serious about this competition, like they want, you know, people to dance, which is great. And 3, have fun. Yes, this is very important. So how to make a good video, shoot decent videos. So this is something that I am definitely struggling with. I have a decent phone. It's decent, it's not great. It's an S Galaxy 7 or something like this. It's great. It shoots in generally like general high quality, but like it's not amazing. So that's something that if I ever can, I would like to upgrade. Think about light. Light is very important. So you see in my streams, I'm always like doing my cardboard spotlights. Sound isn't so important. That's true. Setting is important. That's true. Upload the highest resolution version of your video. Yes. And write a really good description. So here are some instructive examples, and this is where I almost checked out, and I was just like, I don't think I can do this. Where, for example, the PhD was resolving pathways of functional coupling in human hemoglobin using quantitative low temperature isoelectric focusing asymmetric mutant hybrids. I feel like if I was making a dance on this, I'd just stick with mutant hybrids and go from there. But so they it's really interesting. They basically have the pros and cons of each of these examples, which is great. But I actually don't want to watch these. I'm going to watch the winners because I think that would be more interesting. So this is from 2019. There. Okay. We're just going to skip all the gobbledygook and go, oh, this is where it's supposed to be. I wonder why it's not loading. Is that my computer or is it something else? Let me see. I will refresh it and see if that makes it any better. Otherwise, I will go to YouTube and see what I can find. And my Chrome seems to have crashed somewhat. That's okay. I will just pop into the chat while my Chrome is busy having its issue. That's good. No, it's just my Chrome doesn't like me every now and then. So who is here? Guido is here. Hello. Keeper of Maps is here. Oruki Prime and Road Rash Zach. Hi guys. Thanks for joining on a Monday. For some reason, these videos are not loading. So let me just go and see what I can find on YouTube. "2019 Dance Your PhD Winners." Okay, here we go. We have a few. All right. Oh, all right. Okay, there's a few. Wow. Okay, getting confused. Okay, let's look at the winner. I'm guessing this is the overall winner, possibly. Social experiences in larval zebrafish and their brains. Okay. So it has to do with studying the movement of zebrafish larvae, um, basically social experiences. So baby fish interacting. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna watch a little tiny bit of this because this one, not this one, this one. Oh, okay. Okay. Hang on a minute. Okay. All right. I feel like there's a lot to watch here, and probably we have to watch the whole video in order to really understand it, and we can't do that for copyright reasons. But I'm going to come back to this. So what I've noticed right now is that basically they're repeating the same movement over and over. So in the two sequences that I saw, it was actually the same movement that they're doing, but it's just that they're putting them side by side and in different, the dancers are in different organizations, spatial organizations that show different concepts. Whoa. Um, Probably because I have my headphones in, I'm guessing that you can't hear it, but that's okay. Um, it has an interesting soundtrack that's going on. But I can definitely, like, just in looking at this right now, I can see why it was the winner. It's very coordinated, and it looks like the whole video is like very well put together. But it seems like it's particularly for a video and not necessarily for a performance. But I guess that's normal. Okay. Let's watch a couple more of these. Ah, I just read these titles and I just get lost in trying to picture them. Um, Superconductivity, the musical. I think that's probably not the best. I wonder, biology winner. Let's do physics winners. Let's see if we can find the physics winners. Ooh, this is okay. Dance your PhD physics 2015 Entangled. Let's see what this is about. Spontaneous parametric down conversion, photon pair generation. So it's about quantum information. Okay. Quantum information. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see what this is about. Okay. So They propagate together, and then I'm not exactly sure what happens after that. What I have to say about this is that she's doing tango in point shoes, which is an interesting choice. Just because point shoes are usually connected with ballet, and tango and ballet have nothing to do with each other generally. But it's interesting. I wonder if there is a reason that she has decided to wear point shoes besides the fact to show that she is a dancer, because you cannot wear point shoes if you're not a dancer. It's just not a thing that you can. It's not a thing that you can do. So I wonder. That's a very cynical thing of me to say, but like I don't think there's any other reason for her to be wearing point shoes in a tango. Not that I'm like a genre purist or anything, but anyway. All right, so let's take a look at maybe one or two more, so I can give my my snarky commentary on it. I'm just very tired, and so this is what happens. Balancing society and the environment. I don't know if this is a winner or not, but this video uses dance to tell the story of a scientist and manager discovering 3 ingredients for improved environmental management, each of which is a key conceptual area of my PhD research. Fresh water, so it has to do with fresh water. Okay, all right. Wait, I missed something. Okay, all right. I feel like we need to skip to the end here. Let's skip to the middle. Okay, so this is quite funny. I'm guessing that the fairy character is kind of being the short-term fix or the long-term solution, and you can see that the dancers are doing basically different gestures based on water, so especially like drinking and moving and sweating, and so everything is kind of connected to water, which is, and then I'm guessing that this fairy character kind of comes in. What I'm noticing is, and maybe this is again me being a bit of a purist, but all of these videos are basically relying on text and graphics to sort of tell the story. I don't know that I've seen any really which are that are basically like standing on their own words, just dance. So I guess that's not a requirement for the competition, but I feel like it would be an interesting thing. Like if you couldn't write it out as like, this is what this dance is about. I mean, I guess that's the thing of, that's the trick of videos, is that you can do that. But I think it's interesting. So we'll just do this last one just because I saw it and I just find the title really intriguing, which is Turbulent Flows in Soap Film. And I have no idea what that means, but for some reason I think it sounds interesting. This is about 2-dimensional turbulence, whatever that means. Turbulence is ubiquitous, blah, blah, blah. It has no set definition, rotational and chaotic, mixes momentum, energy, and mass. Okay, there's obviously, like, turbulence is obviously a technical term here, which I don't actually know, but okay, here's some more explaining texts. Okay. I'm just glancing, yes. So this one also has different settings and explanatory text. So I didn't realize that you could like add in graphics. I'm a little disappointed. I have to say, I thought that, that these people had to kind of do it all with dance. I feel like that would be more challenging, certainly, but I mean, they are scientists, artists. So these two dancers in this film, they are definitely both trained. I can tell that just by looking at it. So they're definitely both trained. So I think probably the process favors, people who are trained. But also the group dancers that I saw, for example, in that last water piece, they were not trained. So I think it doesn't matter. They are creative. So I feel like I'm being very unfair and like snarky, but it's definitely. I think I need to watch more of it and watch the whole things with the explanations, because I do think the first one, the winner about the zebrafish larvae, looks actually quite interesting, and I'd be interested to see how they put it together for the whole video. So I will have to look at that. Though there's just definitely some creative ideas, and they're using different spaces, like at the beach or different in the studios. And the tango one, for example, is using lots of different spaces and stairwells and stuff. I'm not entirely sure how it's relevant, but it's kind of fun to see different spaces. And I think that's part of the artistic aspect that is required for the videos. I still think it's kind of cheating to be able to like describe it all with words, but hey, that's just my perspective as a dancer. I think it's cool that something like this exists, for sure. I think it's definitely it's one of those things that I think it's what I think is the coolest about it actually is that it can be funny, but it's actually serious. Like they're looking for properly creative, interesting pieces that take dance seriously. It's not just somebody trying to dance badly or whatever and do something. Like they're giving respect to the art form of dance, which I just think is really cool. Because I think dance just gets a bad rap a lot. It's kind of somehow of the performing arts and just of arts in general, it somehow is not always on the list of things that people are interested in. So I think that's very cool. And I'm glad that it exists. And so I definitely will look into it. And if there are particular ones that I really like, I might try to reach out to the people involved and bring them onto the show. So hopefully, I don't know that I'll have the capabilities of doing such a thing for a few weeks, but it will happen for sure. I will do that. So that's kind of all I have for you today. It was kind of a distracted wander as opposed to a rabbit hole, but hey, we do our best. thanks for joining me on a Monday. There is no daily space on Mondays. There will be tomorrow. And the daily space is also CosmoQuest, and it is Daily Science Roundup, also a podcast. You can find it anywhere where there are podcasts. CosmoQuest has tons of other wonderful content. Rocket Roundup, there's community coffee most days of the week, astronomy cast, weekly space hangout, open space, all this kind of stuff. And you can find it right here on Twitch. There is somebody that I have to give a shout out to. Let me just open that. Basically, CosmoQuest is brought to you by you. Your generous support, your bits, your subs, your subscribes, your Patreon, all of this stuff. This is what helps the show go on. Thank you, Broken Symmetry. Speaking of which, for the bits, Broken Symmetry has donated bits, and so I give you happy dances. And we have just gotten a new Patreon who I'm going to give a shout out to. So thank you so much to Peter Richards for supporting us on Patreon. You rock. Everybody who supports us is just a superstar, and we're so grateful for it. I will be back next Monday, possibly creating and performing, depending on how well this is functioning at that time. Kerbal has given bits as well. I'm going to change up my happy dance for that. Thank you, Kerbal, for the 25 bits. You guys rock. I think that's all. Thank you guys for the bits. You're amazing. Rockets all the way. I guess I will see you next Monday, if not before.